Okay, amazing artists, I'm at the sink that is just for the painting studio. I have walked over my bowl like this. So you'll see my water cup inside would be all the paintbrushes that I use. We never walk around with just a wet or painty paintbrush. So think of it like this is the pool, right? And they love to stay in this pool. So when I'm not using it, it will keep in the water. And when I am carrying this, all those paintbrushes are in there. I also have my yucky dirty sponge. So the first thing I would do is just dump out this dirty water. And now you don't need to spend your time washing this paint cup. You'll just rinse it out. So I'm swirling some water in and spilling that out, and that's it. That's it. And then I will turn it upside down in our drying rack so that the water falls out as it drains and dries. Now for my paintbrush or brushes, if you have more than one brush that you are using, you can wash them all at the same time. Here's how. 1 pump of soap, that's all that you need. And they're already kind of wet, so I can just start by swirling it around. You'll see it's turning the soap kind of dirty. And I'm using my hand. You can use it in your palm. You can go to your fingers so the bristles really get in there and they spread apart. Now what I'm doing this very, very gently, so I'm not pushing really, really hard. Very, very gently swirling it around, and I can see that the paint's coming off. I see it's turning the soap a color. Awesome. That's all that you need. Then you can rinse your hand and you rinse the brushes. You keep just swirling them around. And that's all. That's it, boys and girls. I splash them in the sink and just splash them down, wiggle them down. Here's something that I'm not going to do. I'm not ever going to squeeze the bristles like this. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze them, and I'm definitely not going to pull them. That's just a good way to ruin the bristles on your brush. But I am just going to kind of gently make sure that the hair is standing back up nice and pretty. And they go right here, standing straight up, so their hair do stay straight up. Right into our drying rack. Now here's the dirty sponge. So this one I can just rinse out, and I'm squeezing it gently. Water, and I'm squeezing it gently. Sometimes you need just one little drop of soap, and I'll sandwich that in the middle, kind of squeeze it around. Awesome. I notice that my water is running clear again, but my sponge still looks dirty. That's because the paint will actually stain your sponge. So all you need to do is make sure that the water that's dripping off of it is clear again, and you know that your sponge is actually clean, and that this is just now stained in a color, and that's okay. These are our dirty sponges. These can go right back into the dirty sponge box, and you'll see that actually my hands got pretty clean at the same time with all that soap. So I'm going to grab a little bit. Look at that little bit of paper towel. I do not need to go stand in line to wash my hands. If I did the painting studio, I already have basically washed everything, and at the same time washed my hands. Bye.